Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Podcast Pending. As you can see, we have a ghost host. Ha 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 ha.
Oh.
Today
Good
we're going to talk
morning.
about what?
I said good morning.
No, Death Stranding. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, as you can see, a vicarious position on it. So I've been just reading about it and watching on it because obviously I'm not press, so I'm not involved. And then talking about what's going on in Pokemon. So yeah, with Pokemon Sleep, Pokemon Master, what was that?
Pokemon Home.
On didn't even know that one was a thing.
Surprise.
Surprise, you got stuff to do. All right. Anyway, so yeah, that Death Stranding trailer. What about that?
It poses even more questions than it answers any. Like, how does any of it connect to each other? And like, what is that ooze or that black stuff that's been going around in the game?
So what was new in the trailer? Like I haven't seen it at all. So like I saw the first Death Stranding trailer where it was literally just him walking through different terrains with that different things on his back, just trucking along, and then it showed the trailer, with that whatever it was. He was with that girl. And then she was talking about that ominous thing, or like the eye mist thing, whatever it is, and then and then,
that's what
and that was and that was it. So I don't know what else happened.
This is just my guess, but I am thinking whenever that mist shows up, that means that there was I think it's apocalyptic, and that mist is like showing where like events happened, and you're able to time travel when that mist shows up and try to fix things in the past.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of what I would figure to be like a Vietnam era stuff.
Oh yeah. So in the mist, like things would there were actually
there's
buildings.
Shadows. Well, think of it almost like ghosts, like spirits too. So what it seems to be now that the Death Stranding, death has become a part of reality in a metaphysical sense, in that it can interact with you, and you can interact with it. Some people are tied to it, some people are not tied to it, and apparently in the case of Norman Reedus' character, he can actually sense the beings that do all this weird stuff. And there's another company trying to, yes, I say company, but it's an organization that seems to be trying to encourage embracing. Yes, that. And it's very weird. Like the world's in disarray. The president's the whole reason he's delivering packages is he's setting up connections to the past.
And somehow the babies that they carry allow them to connect to the past, which I don't understand.
Time baby, is that what you called that?
What?
That time baby?
It's time babies.
He says something like that in the trailer.
Does he really?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to watch it later.
So awkward.
It's a time baby. No, I'm gonna have to watch it. That's all I'm gonna say.
But it's weird. Do you remember playing Silent Hill Downpour?
Yeah, I do.
How enemies would randomly show up like a mob.
Yeah, it was terrible.
If I'm thinking about it, but I kind of like the game.
Bridge baby. Hi, Shadow.
Yes, that's the word.
Bridge baby. A bridge baby. It's a time bridge baby.
It was epic. I'm super intrigued and I want to play this game.
Okay, yeah,
but I'm absolutely baffled by what exactly is going on.
So
it feels very Metal Gear, almost like he took everything that he couldn't do in Metal Gear.
Hearing about this makes me want to play it now, because before it looked really boring. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, probably it's gonna be very boring.
The very first now it sounds like it's actually got a story. Like the first trailer was I didn't know what was going on. It was literally just this guy walking with some stuff on his back, the different terrains. I'm like, this is literally just fetch quests. It looks like that's all it looks like. They didn't allude to any kind of story really, other than this big mist thing. Well, even that's just like, it's a mist. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's scared of it. I don't know why. Like, they didn't, I don't know. I don't feel like they sold it enough with that first trailer. Like, yeah, it looked pretty.
It sold confusion.
Yeah, it was confusing. It made me almost forget about it, honestly. I was like, oh, well, that game's never, I'm never going to play that game. Now it sounds a little bit more interesting, and I kind of want to see what these bridge babies are.
Yeah, bridge babies.
Bridge babies.
The bridge babies. They bridge the gap between death and life.
Where is he getting these bridge babies?
That's the one thing, like, because
where are these? He's just stealing bridge babies.
Planned Parenthood. I don't know.
Planned Parenthood. Oh.
Ow. Ouch. Bad joke there.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's weird. I feel like
Shadow said oof.
So you've got Norman Reedus, who's being, for some particular reason, conscripted. Would you grab that light you forgot to turn on?
I forget.
Oh yeah.
I have to turn off that light.
I did. But I kind of like its yellowing glow right now.
Really?
It's good on my soul. I've been staring at screens all day. For days. Anyway, it's very weird because, like, the president is conscripting him as if they're good friends or something. And then,
yeah, it kind of seemed like he was like the last person that he could do this instead of having like a team assembled to do this. I don't understand why he's doing it alone.
Yeah, he's not special in a particular sense. It's because he can sense those beings, the ones that attack everybody. So that's what makes it special. Apparently, he is one of a few that can do what some girl he knew set out to do. And as far as the trailer alludes to, it is to lay cables throughout the world.
Oh, so
but we don't know what these cables are for.
He works for Charter. Got it.
Yeah.
That's the big story behind the whole game.
For Charter.
This is why it takes him so long.
The whole game's an advertisement for Charter.
He's just walking.
Oh my god.
That's why it takes Charter so long to come out and fix your stuff, because they see a dark mist.
On the game.
Yeah, no, they see a dark mist, so they gotta come back later. Yeah, they have to go get a bridge baby.
I think that would be hilarious if like that was like the ending. Like, no, you have free cable.
Bridge babies allow you to traverse time in that sense, I think, but I don't think the bridge babies have anything to do with fighting those things. Because that's him. That's his innate sense. Yeah.
I guess
it seemed to be from the video.
That's all I'm gonna think now. I'm gonna play. I'm just gonna be like, I'm a cable guy.
At the end, it's gonna say sponsored in part by Charter.
By Charter.
Charter is the organization trying to save the world behind the United States government. They're the men in black.
Technically, it could be AT&T. It's either gonna be Charter or AT&T, because AT&T is laying down all that fiber.
That's right. Oh, Google is too.
And Google Fiber too.
Okay, so
it's gonna be one of the three.
It's a conglomerate of all of them.
Cable will save the world. You're right, Luna. Or Shadow.
Awesome.
I called you Luna. Shadow. Same thing. I'm tired.
I'm incredibly hungry for some reason.
I'm exhausted.
Anyway, yeah, I don't. It just. I know nothing new about the game, other than a few scant details, but nothing that seems absolutely important to the story, and I'm even more intrigued about playing it.
Shadow says Netflix and all of the streaming services are going to cause the apocalypse.
If Netflix itself doesn't implode after Disney Plus,
everybody's streaming is gonna just explode. That's what causes all this. That's why you have to call your cable guy. Hey,
we're literally calling death from the other side. It's like, I had enough of you humans. You produce too much content that just wastes your brain.
Get some coffee. Coffee doesn't really help me though. Like, it just, I don't know.
No, because that's all you do is consume caffeine.
No, I really don't.
You
anymore.
used to.
I don't anymore.
Do you drink diet sodas?
Like Coke Zero.
Then you're consuming caffeine.
Yeah. Coke Zero sucks.
I want to try Surge Zero, but it's exclusive to Burger King right now.
Mm-hmm.
It is a thing, but you can only buy it at participating Burger Kings that have the freestyle machines.
I'll have to see if they have it down here in Atlanta.
Because our nearest Surge Zero is in St. Louis, actually.
Okay. Yeah, if I find a place, I'll let you guys know.
On an offbeat note, I thought that was kind of a dick move of Coca-Cola to say, yeah, we're going to produce Surge Zero that diabetics can drink, but we're going to make sure that it's only at Burger King's and only at Burger King's that have the freestyle machine. Like, we have one of those mixing machines here. Mm. Anyway, we have one here, but it's not freestyle branded, so no Coke Zero. Or Surge Zero. It's crap. Mm. Absolute crap. Anyway.
Well, they're probably just testing the market out to see if it's a valuable product to sell on the open market to everybody instead of,
Dude, I would buy Surge Zero in a heartbeat.
Well, yeah, but how's the taste, though? That's the thing. So they're probably testing the flavor out right now.
Yeah, that's fair, but I would still buy that because I won't drink real Surge. This is way too much.
It's so good, though.
Yeah.
As mi madre used to say, eat your calories, don't drink them.
I'd rather drink.
Yeah. So
anyway,
you have like a carrot.
We've digressed, but I guess that's the whole point of Death Stranding is you can't really grasp onto it right now because there's not a whole lot to hang on to.
I'm excited. Like I want to try it out when it comes out.
I'm curious to see what these things he drops down, either like these artifacts that he takes everywhere too, because the other trailers seem to allude that he's not laying cable, but he's taking. I'm gonna call them artifacts because there's no other thing. It looks like there's a body bag on his back in one of the old trailers. And he's carrying that body somewhere.
Maybe
also, it looks like there's going to be some kind of Minecraft element to it.
I don't know. Maybe it's him.
Like that big inventory system where that dude whips out the ladder that grows to be like 50 feet tall, falls forward, and then now he can traverse somewhere else in the environment unscripted. That was cool.
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like he's going to open that body bag and it's going to be him in there.
Maybe.
Spoiler.
I don't know. I'm guessing how those games usually go is like it's usually something like that. They're like, we're gonna throw a curveball at you, and it's you in that bag.
You should write that down and
see if you're
predict.
Yeah. Write that down. Write that down.
But it's been done before. Be like, you were dead all along in the past.
Yeah.
You're alive.
Everything's been done before.
Nothing's original.
Send it to Kojima Productions. They put out a post game patch. They're gonna add a sponsorship by Charter.
But I don't really think there's much left on Death Stranding that we can really touch on. Like,
yeah, there's not.
It's an interesting concept. I'm a little bit more interested in it than I was before. I at least want to play it now. Before I was like, I don't want to just do fetch quests for hours on it.
I was uninterested.
I want to see if there's a connection to his other games. Like,
what other games? What other games does he have?
Metal Gear Solid.
I thought you were like talking about like the ones that
Did he have a hand in Silent Hill?
I wouldn't know. I don't think so. I think that's a whole separate thing.
It's probably gonna be its own thing. I feel like I don't think it's gonna tie.
Oh no, yeah, it is.
They're probably gonna have like small cameos just for the for the heck of it, for like, hey, like, look at this fun little thing that we threw in.
I mean, it felt very Metal Gear Solid, especially compared to like some of the more. I guess they all have that supernatural aspect to them.
A little bit, yeah. But you're in the past connecting to the future with your bridge baby.
From your dead body.
That's a twist. It's very twisty.
From a dead body.
It's gonna be amazing,
right?
Yeah.
We'll see when it comes out. We'll
maybe buy it November 8th.
Oh, maybe we'll buy it and stream it then.
You'll stream it. I'll be doing homework while I watch.
I'm gonna die every time. I'm just gonna say, laying down cable.
But so
get back to the girl. That'll be like $300.
Star Wars Galaxy's Edge apparently opened today to the public. So the grand opening was 2 days ago. Press opening was yesterday. And wouldn't you know, even with press restrictions and I mean literally people everywhere in that land that were employees, people were still getting their cameras onto the ride and recording everything.
There's no way they can stop people. They can deter it. Is the thing. They try to deter it. They can't stop it.
There's too many cameras now.
Short of like patting people down and stripping them before they get onto the ride.
You could put infrared lights at each screen, You could put a wide emitting infrared, or I would just go with lights because I can't think of the proper term, that would emit in a wide radius, and you put them, because the way the screen looks, okay, I'm going to spoil this, so if you don't want to hear about the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, like any of the settings for it, go ahead and click away for a few minutes while I talk about that. So I get you. 5, 4, 3, 2, go away. All right.
Okay, bye.
Anyway, so the way the ride is you're actually piloting the Millennium Falcon. You're assigned designations, much like Mission Space. You've got your engineer, you got your gunner. You have 2 engineers, 2 gunners, and 2 pilots. And everybody has to play a role in it. And apparently, there seems to be, from anecdotal, I didn't watch any of the ride footage. There seems to be some anecdotal stuff that implied that you have some control over what happens.
That's cool.
Because the guy was talking about he was the pilot, and everyone was like, go up, and he's like, I just kept running into things. So I'm kind of like, it seems you have some kind of control, but you literally go into the cockpit, and you see it from the cockpit's perspective, but all the lines are there where you would expect them to be, and there's just screens shaped to fit it, so it looks like you're looking out of the cockpit. And so back to what I was saying, how you could block cameras on that kind of thing. If you put the infrared emitters at each junction and then a few in between, our eyes can't see it, but cameras can, and it would literally blind the camera.
Okay.
I feel bad that I just put that up for Disney to do now that I think about it, but still.
The chances of them watching this video
It has to. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, somebody manually reviewed my privately listed videos when we did our test casting way back in the day.
You're right. Oh, that was because we had
3
other
people
videos.
manually reviewed them.
So if we don't put any videos on this, though.
Anyway, yeah, I only know that because I've been looking for ways to like add them to my glasses because people run around with cameras all the time, and I just feel like my life is my business. I don't want to be a background piece to your crap.
Okay.
You know,
that's fair.
I don't know. And
what
it's
if
also
they're like recording a family moment and you block out their whole camera?
It won't block out the camera. It blocks out anything that's in that ray. So the things that I've seen only emit the light right in front of you, like to a distance shortly in front of your face, and it pretty much whites your face out in the camera.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
So you're talking about putting them like next to the screens and blotching out.
Yeah, so
chunks of it.
Yeah, so you'd be able to catch the back of people's heads, but you wouldn't be able to see what's going on the screen.
See like the set pieces.
Anyway,
unless you put
so
those,
back to Galaxy's Edge. We've gone to the Galaxy's Edge of nothing. So the whole idea of the land is that it's literally far removed on the Galaxy's Edge. It's in the time of the First Order because Kylo Ren actually wanders the area consistently.
That's
as well as up to 6 stormtroopers at a time. And they go around in a squad, and he goes around and interrogates guests looking for rebels.
I want to go.
I want to go there with a rebel shirt now. Just,
And then Chewbacca was there. They actually have somebody running around in a Chewbacca suit as part of the Resistance and other Resistance allies with him. And they kind of play cat and mouse with each other. And the Resistance people will actually sneak around the area to avoid stormtroopers and things like that. So that was pretty interesting to see. Just a super heavily themed land I can't wait to get out to.
That sounds like fun. I just want to go in a rebel shirt now.
You can that's
and like when they start interrogating me, just
all the crap
book
you can buy
in the other direction.
It's pretty awesome. All the crap you can buy,
cool.
So they have themed food. They have blue milk and green milk. I'm gonna spoil green milk, so go away if you don't want to spoil on taste. Apparently, green milk tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, like the Fruity Pebble milk?
That's why Luke made that face in the movie. Fruity Pebbles. That's why he was so intent on getting that titty.
Wow.
That Fruity Pebbles.
Wow. Wow.
I have seen a resurgence of that word. Yeah, right.
Cereal milk. I wonder that's how they make it. Like in the morning,
yeah, they just
it's
pour
like
a whole bunch of puree it.
Not good enough. Put some blue dye in there.
I didn't hear that was the only one I've seen described. No one else actually talked about what blue milk tasted like, so I'm gonna guess it's boring. But like they have flavored popcorns, things like that.
Maybe it's Frosted Flakes cereal milk.
What I thought was really cool is like it's actually set up like a real marketplace, like you would expect like to be in kind of an outposty place that's kind of for outlaws, things like that. There's obviously a cooker area, and they're using a jet engine to roast things. It's set up, it's got animatronics and everything. It's really cool. And that's just a feature in the middle of one of the restaurants. And you can get themed foods. Nothing particularly special there if you want to see that yourself. Some of the neater things are like the themed items, like the water bottles, which we showed last time, the Coke bottles, the Sprite bottles, the Dasani.
Oh yeah, the little grenades.
But like there's an outpost for the 409 Legion of the First Order, where you can go buy First Order officer uniforms or First Order recruitment shirts.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
There is a Rebel area where you can buy Rebel outfits. So you can buy and you can also buy things like what Rey wears in the films. Like in the when you enter the land, you pass by an A-wing and an X-wing, and across the thing you can actually buy a pilot suit on one of the things. I don't know if that was for kids or not. I couldn't tell. One of them actually looked big enough to be for an adult, so I was like, but mind you, this stuff is expensive.
Of course.
That's what I want, though.
Like, you remember those cheap build-your-own lightsabers you could get, like, at Downtown Disney? Like, I say cheap, but still $60. But when you hear the price of the lightsabers you can build now...
Probably like $300.
$230 after tax.
Oh, so close to $300.
Yeah. And this is, like, one of the coolest parts. It's almost like... It's actually like a ride. This is one of the ones I really wanted to talk about. Because I wanted to do that cheapo build... lightsaber. I say cheapo now just because I can get away with it with the way that that's priced. You actually, you're not buying a lightsaber. You're buying scrap. You're buying pieces of old technology, and how you put them together is your business. They don't want trouble from the First Order. So,
love it.
You pick from different sets, like Hero, Earth, Defender Power, and then or Defender, and then there's Power, which is obviously the dark side. And you have to pay for it before you can even get the item, because you actually have to put it together yourself. And then you wait, and apparently some dude, you sit in a waiting area, and apparently some dude pokes his head out of a door from the side of the building and like looks around, makes sure nobody's watching, and then motions to everybody and says, come in. And then you go through this whole ceremony of building the lightsaber, picking your crystal, and it's like one of those movie prop replica style ones. So apparently they're really sturdy and really well built, and built to your specifications. So
but Shadow makes so like that price kind of like it kind of goes with the experience.
Yes, it does.
Like so part of that price is for the experience of going through.
One thing I have heard that people don't like is as part of the air quotes experience. I'm gonna say air quotes because he can't see us. Is that
we did air quotes.
Was that you don't get to pick your color crystal. You don't get to pick your your Kyber crystal.
Why not?
Yeah.
Because supposedly in old lore that was not wiped out by Disney, the color is influenced by the Jedi themselves.
No.
Really? That's what I read. That's what I was reading.
No. In one of the books in the extended universe, or the legend.
That's what I mean. The wiped out. Like
in
the original lore, not.
In the original, the color of your blade was directly orientated with the color of the crystal itself. So you could have multiple crystals in there, and you could have a multicolor blade coming out of your saber. But that's old. I think they might have wiped that part out.
I don't know. I just thought that was interesting, but like you can't.
Yeah.
Some people apparently laugh at it and pick one anyway, whatever they want, because you're paying a good price for it. So that's what fun. I would. Yeah. I mean, but you could play, but you know, like the article I read on it, the dude whoever portrayed a pretty good instance. Like he sees why people balk at that idea, like laughed at the guy doing his performance piece, and then he also understands the person next to him that let out, you know, a squee because they were so excited to be a part of the ceremony, you know, air quotes ceremony, that they played along. So he says he feel, you know, or they said they felt both sides. I don't remember who actually wrote the right.
I mean, I can see people seeing it being too gimmicky, but then like for people,
that's part of the entrenched in the experience.
Like if it's not gimmicky, then what's the point? You're just going to a theme park at that point. Like
just go ride the Millennium Falcon, get the hell out.
Get out of
the ride
here.
Now, get out. I just thought it was cool that they made it like a back alley transaction kind of thing.
That's pretty cool.
Good idea.
I don't know. I thought it was funny watching Kylo Ren run around telling people to move out of the way in the area. That was great. I wonder how that's gonna be when that area opens to the general public.
Oh yeah,
to be like just wading through people. Get out of my way.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I'll wait for him to say like, some really sassy person,
right?
And they're like, "You get out of my way."
They'll probably try to pick him up and move him to the side.
I honestly think
push crowds.
So there was a show. Okay, so there's a show that comes up where he gets up on a stage and he says, and he does this whole spiel telling stormtrooper or whatever they call themselves. I guess they're still stormtroopers to go out into the crowds and search for resistance. And a general or lieutenant comes up there, and I really think that is a staged shift change. Like, literally, there's no other way to think about it because they're both up there, and Kylo's wandering around doing his thing. He gets up on stage, tells his general to go do his thing. He goes off stage, and now the general starts parading around the area.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I thought that was an interesting. Is like, did I just witness a theatrical shift change?
Probably.
That's a new game changer right there. I gotta go to break. He's like, Steve needs to go to break. We need to get everybody on stage. 5. That's like great. I'm gonna just like you got little buttons in your sleeve, so you just press the right spot and it says bathroom. You know.
Yeah.
Heat stroke. I don't know. I just thought it was a very well themed land, and like the Millennium Falcon ride actually looks really awesome. And I don't mean the ride; I mean the setup. You actually get to wander around the Millennium Falcon. It's really weird. I can't tell if this was just an opening day thing or what, but like they give you your stuff, like they say what you're gonna be, your pilot, your engineer, and then you literally hang out in the what would you call that area, the Millennium Falcon, where the chess table was?
A break room.
Like a lounge.
Yeah, you literally lounge there until your ride is ready. It's weird because the video I watched, the guy was just wandering through the whole area. You can go up and sit at the chess table. You can go look at everything. You can walk around the Falcon.
That's honestly probably how they're gonna do it, because otherwise, no one's gonna. If they let everybody into that room, no one's gonna see anything. So they're gonna have to do it in groups. So that's kind of like how I see that. Why they did it like that is it's kind of like the Haunted Mansion. Is they let so many people go into this one area. You wait until the next people are done, and then they just shovel you through.
I just thought it was so interesting because like there's far more than 6 people wandering around. So there's going to be a few groups in there at a time, is my guess. But I can't tell from the way that they did it if that's the actual function of the system. But it seems neat because then you actually get to wander around the Millennium Falcon at whim until it's your turn to go pilot it.
It's kind of nice.
So it gives you a chance to look around, sit there, take some pictures of just. I will be upset in some ways if they turn that into a queue.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be weird to queue in the Millennium Falcon and people are just going in the bulkhead into the cockpit and then all of a sudden, all right, next. Kind of breaks the magic there. Like, it's kind of breaking enough. Like, you could just be like, okay, a bunch of these people are just crew, but the fact that you can see the cockpit, apparently, there are a lot of weird cuts in the video. I can't coherently tell where the cockpit actually connects to that break room, but I don't know. It was just such a free roaming concept for a theme park area that I was just so intrigued. And the idea that the simulator can be attached in some way to the actions of the guests is also pretty cool. It makes me think of how much more fun Mission to Mars would have been if I could have just not pulled back on the flight stick.
Murdered us all.
Yeah. Or pushed forward. Or all those times when I was just being stupid and going the opposite direction when they said when we were supposed to be flying through the asteroid belts.
I don't remember. Like, I remember us doing that, but I don't...
Yeah. That was immediately what came to mind was Mission to Mars.
Mission failed.
Right? I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. And the animatronics are actually really awesome. I think with the money they put into that land, some of the animatronics could have been done a little bit better. They still have that I'm stuck to a pedestal kind of movement.
Okay. I gotcha.
It doesn't look bad. It just, in some ways, looks unnatural.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like they can hop down and come at you.
But it doesn't. I wouldn't necessarily say that. It's just some of the movements they choose to make, to have the animatronics make, break the fluid illusion of everything else. Not terribly. Okay. A kid will not notice. Somebody who's just so enthralled in the experience may not notice. But as me, who's somebody who wants to see where the technology is going, like the peak of it, and that's a lot of reason I like bigger theme parks, is they're supposed to be there's the epitome of this technology. It has me excited, but it makes me wonder, like, why that was a choice to do a movement that kind of breaks the illusion a little bit. Even though most people won't see it, I can see it just because those are things I'm used to seeing. It really even more so, funnily enough, this Disney area has me excited for the Universal Nintendo Land. I am super stoked for that.
Yeah, that'll be really awesome.
Because the Mario Kart experience from the patents, though you can't ever judge by the patents, but from new videos from a ride creator that seems to be affiliated with the system, it shows an augmented reality system where the coasters can actively speed up and slow down on I'm going to call them boosters, so that you can actually race two coasters side by side and one can win over the other based on events during the ride.
That sounds awesome.
And if you have augmented reality Mario Kart, and you can throw turtle shells at yourself, and you can see other racers about you, that would be an entirely awesome experience.
So I don't know if everybody on stream can hear it, but we do have
a guest singer.
A fifth guest singer.
A fourth, you mean?
No.
Today's the fourth.
No.
1, 2,
3. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm super tired.
We have a Rango cat that is crashing.
I heard, I heard Bongo earlier too, though.
Oh.
I heard him howling at the door. So technically, Rango is the fifth or fourth.
It depends on how many are there now. We'll have to check the door. Anyway, we should get a cat can that just sits over the door.
Over the door.
Just cue it in. I could actually get that in there. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited for Star Wars Land. I don't want to spoil the Millennium Falcon ride for myself. The actual footage, I would like to get out there and try it. I'm just concerned how well this stuff is going to hold up over time, especially given crowds. Like, you can't have Kylo Ren followed by 7 troopers wandering when that place is going to be flooded after it opens. Because right now, as I said last week, it's still 4-hour reservations.
That's how they're going to have it, is because they're not flooding it.
Well, no. The 4-hour reservations go away at the end of the first month.
I feel like they're going to...
the land opens.
I feel like they're going to extend it.
I've not seen any evidence to it yet, but...
well, we'll see.
I'm very excited to see that.
But I guess the next topic we had was talking about all those new
Pokemon
goodies that have gotten announced.
Yep.
What's going on, Pokemon? It's gonna be that's a segment that we're gonna do. Where we just talk about
Pokemon. Yeah.
What's going on, Pokemon?
So, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I've been incredibly busy, but I have seen snippets here and there of the Pokemon Company Twitch stream. I think that's a lot of the reason a lot of people didn't see it. Twitch is big, but like, I went to YouTube looking for it. And all you get are a bunch of no-name YouTubers. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, literally everybody and their mother made a video with an overlay of them in the bottom left corner or right corner, where have you, making commentary on a video. And I was just looking for a clean cut.
Fair enough.
You have to go to Twitch to watch it.
Oh.
Because they streamed the whole thing live on Twitch, and annoyingly in 3 languages.
So they did announce, 3 different, like, I don't want to call them titles.
They are games.
But I don't want to call them titles because, well, one of them's not. The very last
one is a title.
It's not a title.
It's just like Pokemon Bank is a title. It's like you don't actually play the game. It's more of like a Pokemon box for the GameCube.
Yeah, it's an extension of
Shadow says the press conference is on Pokemon's YT channel.
Is it? It wasn't on the night of. I figured they would upload it because they're probably partnered with Twitch in some way, so they get some kind of revenue if people watch it, so they had to follow that 24-hour rule.
So first game they're coming out with is that Pokemon Masters game, which is supposed to be a mobile game.
I think they're going to come out simultaneously.
Well, I'm just saying, like, we're going down the list, so...
Oh. Well, then you've already started out of order.
How?
Sleep was first.
Well, why?
Because it's the first one we mentioned.
Well, I can't read that upside down. Okay, well then...
No.
Which one? Pokemon Masters?
Yeah.
Okay, Pokemon.
We're going out of order. We're going off the rails.
I'm really kind of curious how this game's going to play out because it's just a mobile game. So I'm not, like, apparently you battle alongside with other, like, past gym leaders and trainers. So, like, Red, Blue. I can't remember a lot of, like, was her name Cynthia, one of the gym leaders?
No, she was a champion.
Well, that's still kind of like a
just like Steven was a champion.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering how that's gonna work. Like, how do you get to that point to battling with them? You must have to battle them first, and then they join you.
I don't know. I don't know that that's necessarily the case. I mean, you never had to battle them first. Like, you know, when Koga helps you take down Team Rocket in Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal.
Here's the thing, then. What's the story gonna be?
I have no idea. I know nothing about it other than, like, it's got a new battle system different from Pokemon Go, apparently.
Okay.
That this game is supposed to be more trainer battle oriented. Because, I mean, you can actually battle in Pokemon Go now. I'm meaning to try that, but I don't like losing.
I don't think anybody likes losing.
And everybody and their mom is like 4,000 CP. So I can't
compete.
I can't hold a candle. I got things I gotta do. It would be fun though, but
like I said, I'm wondering if you're actually gonna, like, I'm just curious as the play of it. Like, are you gonna have one Pokemon? Are you gonna capture several Pokemon? Because it looked like they all had, like, their signature Pokemon with them.
I have no idea.
So they're just gonna raise one Pokemon and just teach it tons of stuff. Like, how is it gonna work? I'm very, very intrigued. I'm more interested in those than I am, like, as much as I hate to say it, like Pokemon Sword and Shield, like those core Pokemon games, I'm kind of falling out of. One, because I don't have the time to play them, and two, they're just the same thing over and over again. You get a Pokemon. Kinda. You go on an adventure. You go around the same map that they tweaked a little bit.
You're not getting it.
I don't know. I might get it. What?
I've reconciled with the fact that I chose Shield so that you can have Sword.
I was gonna
because you won. Now you're changing your mind anyway.
You never asked me. You just
I did. I asked you the day of the announcement trailer, and you're like, "I think I want Sword." I was like, "I was gonna get Sword."
No, I said I was gonna get Shield. You must have misheard me because I said I was gonna get Shield.
Maybe, but now I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna.
So you can get your Sword now, and I'll take Shield.
I'm gonna cut some people down with Pokemon. Anyway, I don't know.
Oh, apparently Shadow Heart a rumor it could be like Fire Emblem Heroes.
Yeah.
So like,
okay.
You summon gym leaders, then you do tower defense, like a tower defense, but
yeah,
like
I could see it. I have no idea, nor any inkling as to how they would pull off a strict battle only game. I don't know. I mean, they did something like that with Pokemon Go, but it seems weird that they would even try to make something in the same vein of a mobile when they have Pokemon Go and it is successful.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, I guess we'll just have to find out when it comes.
Well, I mean, when I actually sit and think about it, it's like, well, how are they going to do anything differently unless they switch to the traditional system where they give you the 4 battling abilities, and then, as you said, you can teach Pokemon. But how do you acquire them? Is it going to be the same system as Pokemon Go? It seems very maybe
you transfer for Pokemon
maybe
Go?
When they say Fire Emblem like in their rumors, maybe what they mean is like you get a field to play in and you beat one map at a time.
Or you can summon. That's how you get heroes in Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem Heroes, you
oh yeah, you can summon helpers, but like I'm talking about building your own party.
That's what I mean. You get them in your party.
Unless you're
you build your own party, so you have like a reservoir of heroes.
But what does that have to do with your Pokemon?
You would get Pokemon as you go, and then as you get farther through the levels, you start getting like trainers, and they add to your Pokemon pool. So rather than
I think it'll work that way.
Why not?
I think it's gonna be more like multi-battle.
But why not? Like, if it's gonna be like Fire Emblem Heroes, what?
Because you battle alongside them, you don't control their Pokemon.
We don't know that.
But it's implied when it says you battle alongside trainers of the past. In the statement, it's implied.
Maybe they just show up on the map and they have their own Pokemon that you don't control, and you have to help keep them alive.
That's what I was saying. Maybe. I'm curious to see how that'll fit. I don't know.
No, we'll have to just see. Next one though on the list was Pokemon Sleep, which actually was first on the list, but now it's second on the list. So, Steven made a good point earlier. It's a good way to get kids to actually go to bed. I'm not sure how well
it builds experience. Well, because the idea will be like, I'm sure it's not going to be like the more sleep you get, the more experience you get. It's going to have to be like one of those diminishing returns kind of thing. Like your experience increases exponentially as you approach a healthy amount of sleep. But if you go beyond that healthy amount of sleep, you experience a penalty.
Yeah.
So as not to encourage people to become living Snorlaxes.
Yeah. Oh wait.
How's it gonna monitor your sleeping anyway? Like a wristwatch or something?
It's got like a little Poke Plus thing.
The Pokeball Plus that you could get for Pokemon Go, they are doing a Pokeball Plus. They added a plus sign to it. So maybe it's Pokemon Plus Cross.
So do you just?
It's got improved It's got improved tracking sensors. No, it's a little wristband.
Okay.
And you can still use it to play Pokemon Go.
Hey, I'll probably buy it, honestly.
Well, you bought a Pokeball Plus and then you sold it. Or it's not a Pokeball Place. What was it? What is it called? I haven't seen one in so long, I've forgotten.
I don't know. I don't remember now.
But I think people know because I think the Pokeball Plus maybe it is. I don't know.
I don't remember the name of it, but
it's the accessory you could buy for Pokemon Go, but it is a new and revamped version with improved sensors. I wonder if it'll actually have an simplified IR camera system that just feeds low energy Bluetooth to your phone to give you biorhythms.
Probably. I don't know. It's kind of neat to see though. It's an interesting take.
Well, I saw an interesting comment that's what happened to Nintendo's
Pokemon Go Plus watch thingy. Okay, Thank you, Shadow.
It seems to be that's where Nintendo is somebody said it seems to be that's where Nintendo's quality of life services went to die. Because Nintendo recently announced they are cutting out their Blue Ocean quality of life strategy. So all the stuff that Miyamoto had or Iwata had set forth, like the IR sensor for fingers, sleep machine they were developing. It seems to be somebody suggested that maybe that went into this, and they're finding ways to use it with that throughout the company as opposed to standalone products.
That's a good one. I like that idea.
I mean, incorporating a healthy lifestyle into games, I think, could be good.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing all those buff trainers that all the memes about Pokemon Go started as.
I remember those memes.
Like all these.
It's like some guy was really puffed. I was like, "Oh, do you work out?" I was like, "No, but I play Pokemon Go."
Yeah, those are pretty funny.
Only it worked that way.
I'm sure for some people it did. Like it was the start of it was the catalyst for their journey to weight loss.
But yeah, like incorporating games into a healthy lifestyle, like it's a good thing. It's kind of sad that we've gotten to that point where we have to incorporate it into games to get people to have a healthy lifestyle. But
I mean, it's exactly within what psychology shows is effective. It's positive reinforcement.
It's become so much like a part of everyone's lives. Like,
I mean, and it's like the ultimate it's a positive reinforcement. You play a game that makes you happy. It produces results in your life that make you happy. So you're gonna keep doing it.
That would be fun. Poke Chef teaches you to cook.
Yeah,
I would play that
only if it was an augmented reality game, and I got
to
cook
eat Magikarp.
No,
you break your teeth.
If you know the lore, you don't eat Magikarp.
You can't
eat their You can't get through their scales.
Well, the Tauros then.
Yes, they do eat Tauros actually.
All right, well there you go. It'll teach you how to cook and eat Tauros.
I was wondering if they were going to address that in the Pokemon movie.
Don't forget, you got to make jelly donuts.
No, I was just wondering if they were going to. I was
or
wondering.
Popcorn balls.
And Detective Pikachu, if they were going. Oh.
What?
Yes. Anyway, let me finish that thought. I was wondering if Detective Pikachu they were gonna reconcile the fact that it is alluded to in the lore that Pokemon are eaten.
They just kind of. They didn't say anything about it.
Oh,
that'll be the next. That's the next movie.
So Nintendo
Brock's jelly donuts, so good.
Nintendo has officially made a push to get people to move to the Switch from the 3DS now. Pokemon Detective Pikachu, and this was announced this week, is receiving a sequel, but it's on the Switch.
Did you ever? So
you gotta switch systems to see the end.
So speaking of which, did you ever play your Detective Pikachu game?
Some of it, yes.
Is it any good?
Yeah. Yes, it's fair. It's like Professor Layton. It's pretty good.
Oh.
It's alright.
Or is it like Ace Attorney, like Phoenix Wright?
I'm not going around shouting objection at people. That's what you're getting at.
Objection. No, that's only in the courtroom. Before that, you go around, you click on things like you do in Professor Layton, and you look for clues. Just check everything on the screen.
No, let's not do that.
Why?
It comes through these.
Oh. Sorry. Shadow said that was a nice pun.
Yeah, right?
That was an okay pun.
I was on fire last night making pun jokes on a stream.
Were you?
Oh yeah, it was bad.
I imagine so. But other than that, though, like I don't know, the Pokemon Sleep seems interesting. I'm kind of excited to try it.
I won't.
I will.
My sleep patterns are crazy, so
maybe you'll get a lot of experience.
They're gonna wonder what I'm doing and what's wrong with me, and if they're collecting data for research, I'm gonna screw it all up. I'm gonna be their outlier.
Yeah, so you absolutely have to.
No, because you remove outliers from data sets.
No, you're the wild card.
Yeah, and you remove the wild card because they're the exception, not the rule.
No. There's lots of people like you.
Yeah. That's right.
So you gotta incorporate that in. Anyway, so the last one before we run out of time is it's not a game. It's what was it called again?
It is
Pokemon
the next evolution
Home.
of Pokemon Box.
Pokemon Home.
Speaking of which, if anyone's watching and they have a copy of Pokemon Box, please reach out to our email, podcastpending2018@gmail.com. Spelt in all standard vowels and consonants.
No numbers?
No, because that email was not functioning.
Oh.
No, I set the email up before we agreed on the name.
Oh, well, we can make a new email. But anyway.
Because I want that game really badly.
Which game?
Pokemon Box on the GameCube.
Oh.
I knew I should have bought it from the Pokemon Center when it was only $20.
Probably so. So yeah, Pokemon Home, it's another Pokemon box for your games. But you can play it from your Switch and from your smartphone, apparently. So you can...
It's a management tool for storing Pokemon. It's not a game, really.
I didn't say it was a game.
Oh, okay.
No?
No.
I just said you could play it, which, I mean, it's not... I mean, you can technically play with it.
I just made myself a little sad.
Why?
I just realized I did not buy Pokemon Ranch from the Wii shop before it went down. Pokemon Ranch is like Pokemon Box, is like Pokemon Bank. It's a storage system, but if you put 1,000 Pokemon in it, you get a Mew.
Really? So, no, Shadow says he thinks that Pokemon Home is a game changer. He says if he interprets it right. So, like, what do you mean by that? How are you interpreting it?
You can move all your Pokemon all the way from GBA.
Oh yeah, I understand what you think. Shadow thing. He was talking in the chat.
Oh, I know.
I want to know what he thinks it's gonna do. But it'll definitely be much easier. That's a beautiful couch.
Nice painting. That's a cool painting.
You moved
Turn around, look. That painting right behind you. It's pretty.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You should borrow it.
So I saw it as everything can be sent to any of the new games. That means Pokemon Go can go to Sword and Shield.
Okay, I was wondering when they were going to get around to that because there's actually code for Pokemon Go in Sun and Moon. Because it was supposed to have a function. Okay, so this is literally a stopgap that says we're going to translate your Pokemon code over to one that can be used. No, what I mean is it's probably going to be like the transfer programs from the GBA and up, is that once it gets into Home and goes to the Switch, it may not be able to go back.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I know when you import Pokemon into Let's Go from Pokemon Go, it randomizes their stats.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
That's lame.
There's a randomization factor to it. I don't know how random it is, if it's 100% true random, but
it's like a percentage depending on what the IVs were in Pokemon Go.
Because the way it's measured in Pokemon Go is totally different from everything else.
Yeah, it's not direct. So I'm wondering if it pulls from that and it's like a percentage based from there. It's like, oh, we're just gonna randomly generate like between this percentage and this percentage, and you'll get somewhere in between.
I just hope that if you get a perfect IV Pokemon, that they respect that in the transition process.
That would be nice.
Because that would piss me off if I spent all this time farming raids to be told, oh, your perfect IV Lugia. Oh, he's now a normie.
So, what was he saying? All the stats after Pokemon might become a common format. Some of the competitive players might like things like EVs and IVs disappearing for the simpler format of something like CP.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Pokemon Go still has its hidden values. It's just not the same.
Yeah, they're more hidden.
There are people that built calculators to appraise them.
Yeah.
The appraisal system works well, but, I mean, you can't know until you have someone run a calculator. Like, I got the perfect IV Espeon, which I'm afraid to transfer into Go.
Do it.
No.
Bite the bullet. Be our test.
I will not.
Do it.
I mean, I'll have no problem sending like a 98% Tauros. Because I'll never use it. That's fine.
Tauros. Speaking of Pokemon Go, I think it's like Snorlax week or something.
I thought you'd say, speaking of Pokemon Go, we have to go. Like, while I like the name pun, the effect is terrible.
No.
Because it's like, speaking of this video game, we need to leave. What? Other than the namesake, where's our correlation?
That's it. Got a Pokemon Go. Ha ha ha. But no, I think it's Snorlax weekend, Pokemon Go, because on our way back home last night, like 2 Snorlaxes at a McDonald's in the middle of the night.
No, this month they're rehashing a bunch of old things.
So Snorlaxes, I think, is one of them.
It's not, but they don't run them for a week.
Well, all I know is there's a whole bunch of Snorlax at a McDonald's.
Okay. I'll have to see if there's anything different down here that I can catch, and then I'll trade them with you guys if you want.
Yeah, you might look into it because it does vary by region, not a whole lot, but
yeah, there could be something different down here. I'm not sure what it would be though, because the terrain here is similar to where we're from. You know.
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
Who knows?
So, yeah.
Oh well, just certain regions in general just sometimes have different Pokemon, and since you're in a bigger area, you're gonna find a lot more.
Yeah, I'm hoping that when I do play, that more pop up than normal. You know.
Oh yeah, they should. They should.
Yeah.
They absolutely should. But even while I was gone, there was like tons of Pokemon. And here there's I just checked it. There's like a Rattata outside.
Oh yeah, get that Rattata. You know.
My only hope is that it would be a Ditto, but
is it
probably
a Lowen Rattata?
Huh?
Is it a Lowen?
No, it's just a normal Rattata.
It's just dig rat trash.
We're Pallet Town, man. Yeah, we're Pallet Town.
Dig rat trash.
There's nothing here but Pidgeys and Rattatas.
That's awesome.
There was a Charizard in the area last week.
On occasion, we get bigger stuff.
Yeah,
like,
there was a Charizard
running
around the neighborhood last week.
Where we live, it's mainly like it's nothing special.
It's crap.
It's nothing
special. Crap.
But I don't.
It's homey. It's homey.
Homey. Yeah. Makes it feel like that's funny. But
we have hit the time.
I think we have. We hit our last topic anyway, so.
And they're fizzling.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much. There's not much else to say. Yeah, and you gotta go. You got things to do.
So, thanks again for joining us. We appreciate it every time you're here.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, follow us on YouTube. Help us grow and reach more people.
Tell your not friends.
Yeah.
Go up to random people on the street.
I'm actually getting it to where I am uploading the episodes of the actual podcast the next day. As far as the games we play on Mondays, that's hit or miss.
Wow.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. I was waiting for that. I'm still working on that one. I will start uploading those in chunks because as far as like the rando games, I don't care to cut those episodes up, so they're just gonna be 3-hour chunks on YouTube. That's fine. I'm still in debate, so if you have an opinion, do send it to us about cutting up the episodes for 4 Sword. If I should just keep doing each level, or should I cut it down to 10-minute segments? I'm thinking levels right now is where it's going to be, because it'll just be easier. It'll be clean. Yes, some will be shorter, some will be longer. But beyond that, we are starting Crystal Chronicles soon. So if you're a fan and don't want to wait for the remake, or if you just want to see it played how it was intended, you know, with 4 air quotes Game Boys. Yeah, keep an eye out. Follow us so that you can come see it, and we do it every Monday. 8:30 to maybe not 11:30 now. We'll see how school works. But we may actually have to cut that down just for everybody's sanity. We've got probably 2-hour runs. But again, we appreciate you joining us.
Yep.
Anyone else have any closing statements?
No, other than that, we do stream on occasion though. Just
randos. Randos are becoming a thing for me to just decompress.
So, with guest hosts Rango and Bongo.
That's right.
The cats, they like
All right.
to slap microphones.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful Saturday, and I will see you later.
Have a good weekend. Bye.